When she's not making movies, our first guest is busy working to rescue animals. We all know her as Nadia, the foreign exchange student in the popular American Pie movies. Let's take a look.
Perhaps you could help me with my studies.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great sometime. How about tomorrow?
Well, I have ballet practice. Perhaps, I could come by your house afterwards? I could change clothes at your place.
Please welcome the fully clothed Shannon Elizabeth. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on.
So you have on the Animal Avengers. What's the Animal Avengers about?
This is my charity that I started. We rescue animals. We mainly started with cats and dogs. We get them off the street, out of the pounds, healthy. You know, a lot of times they have an illness or a broken leg or something, and people don't want to go through that expense in the beginning when they first get an animal. So we get them healthy, and then we find them homes.
Right on. We'll be back with more of Shannon Elizabeth. Don't go away. She's a superhero, too. Yes.
Coming.
Welcome back. We're here with Shannon Elizabeth. So we all recognize you from American Pie, and you've done quite a bit since then. But everyone knows you as that girl. The kids stop you and say, "Hey, it's you, Nadia."
Yeah, sometimes, and it's always a little strange when they're really young, because I'm like, it's a rated R movie. You shouldn't have seen that. And a lot of times they'll come up with their moms and they'll be really shy, and their mom will be like, "My son wants your autograph." I'm like,
No.
"How old is he?" And they always make an excuse. They're like, "Well, he wasn't supposed to see it, but somebody let him." I'm like, sure they did.
If a 10-year-old says, "Hi, I love your work," then you should probably tell him to go back to bed. He should not have seen that.
Well, they're always so cute, and I give them my autograph and everything, but I'm always like, God, you're so young. I'm the wrong person you should recognize from that movie.
Oh, it's on DVD as well, so it probably wasn't even from the theater. It's from watching it at home.
Pay-per-view, HBO, it could be anything.
Mom thinks they're watching Teletubbies, and they're watching you.
You know, they're pulling it up on the internet, not chatting with their friends. I don't know. I don't know. They need locks on the computers now.
Darn you and your influence.
I know, I'm bad. That's why I try to make up for it with
Bad
the animals.
Nadia. Bad, no, Nadia.
Well, you know, on that same note, you leave like a gift bag in our room, and I was looking through it, and this was in the gift bag, and I just met your wife backstage, and I don't know if she knows that you're giving this in the gift bag.
That was not in the gift bag. That is not in our gift bag.
That was
really?
in the gift bag.
No way.
And I had to come show this girl.
That is not, oh no.
It's from Frederick's. I'm like, did he go shopping at Frederick's for me?
Oh my gosh, wow.
I didn't know you could turn red.
Wow. I'm so on the couch right now.
But my husband will be stoked.
Yeah, please. Honey, I did not pick that out. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Morty? Who picks out the gift baskets?
Oh, one guy named John Redmond.
Just so you know. Well, on that note, well, your husband would actually be appreciative because you guys are still newlyweds. You just got married. Yeah. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
June 15th.
June 15th.
And I got a couple pictures. This is you and your hubby just goofing around.
You know, this was at the NSYNC Challenge for the Children charity event. It was a basketball game.
And these are you guys. This
at
is
the
you
wedding.
At your wedding in Mexico.
Yes.
So how'd you meet?
We met in an acting class through a friend. It sounds so cliche to meet in an acting class out here too, but we did, and I shook his hand, and I felt this weird chill go through my body, and I felt like I knew right then he was something special to me, and he knew I was trouble and wouldn't talk to me for a year. So so it took me a while to like get to him and reel him in, but eventually, you know, I think the chill honestly was somehow...
It was cold in the room.
Yeah, it was freezing, like here right now, I'm freezing. I think it was my spirit knowing I was meeting my soulmate, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can clap for that. So how did he propose?
We were going to see Cirque du Soleil down at the Santa Monica Pier, and he had arranged all these places for us to go have dinner because he was so nervous. He didn't know where we wanted to go, and we're driving down there, and he's being bipolar, and he put the ring in his like right pocket, and I'm in the passenger seat, and I go over to like touch his leg. He's like, "Don't touch my leg." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You can't touch me when I'm driving." I'm like, "Since when?" You know, so he's like acting very strange all night long. But make a long story short, he ended up proposing at dinner right after, like right before dessert, before we went to the show. Kept it very simple and intimate and just us. And
very nice.
It was very sweet.
I heard you had a sweat lodge experience.
Yes.
Now, how does one get to the sweat lodge, and why does one go?
Well, it was in Mexico, because where we were, it was this small resort in the middle of nowhere. So you don't really leave the premises. You do everything right there.
Right.
And they had an Indian shaman come in, and there's like, off in the horizon, you see this like teepee, this rounded teepee. And that's what they use to do the sweat lodge. And so everyone there pretty much would go, and you crawl. They kind of cleanse you with sage as you go in, and you sit in a circle inside. And there's different levels to it. And with every level, they put in more coals. And they put certain herbs and water on the coals, and it all steams. And
so they're basically cooking you.
Basically cooking you. You're dripping with sweat by the end. And like in the beginning, he tries to get you to sing and chant because he's doing all these spiritual chanting things. And you're all like, la, 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 la. And by the end, you're like belting out solos because you're so hallucinating and hot and tired. And like, you're just like crazed. But it was the best experience. I loved it. I mean, my dad was in there doing it with us, and he sang this solo, which I've never seen him do. And you come out of there and you just jump in the estuary that was right there, and because you're just so hot and dirty and you've got sand stuck to you. But
now, is estuary a fancy word for pool?
No. There's an estuary where the ocean, you know, they've built a dam, so it's a contained body of water that they row you across back and forth every day at this resort. You have like this traditional little rowboat and this little like Mexican guy in the hat, and they row you across by hand. It's so cute, but it's such a great getaway. Like, you and your wife should go. You'd love it.
Yes, I just want to go for the sweat lodge to belt out a solo in there. Before we let you go, you were telling me on the break about the date of the Animal Avengers. You were having a special...
We're having our fundraiser this year. It's going to be December 10th at the Key Club in Los Angeles. And we're going to have lots of musical guests and comedians and a silent auction. And tickets are going to go on sale soon, and you can get them at our website. We also have the clothes available, and we have hats, and I brought you a hat from our charity.
Very nice. You know, I think I want to... There we go.
Yeah.
It looks good, huh?
So all the details will be on the site.
Well, for more information, the website is www.animalavengers.com. Shannon, Elizabeth, you are a joy. Best of luck to you and your husband. Let's hear it for them. We'll be right back with Chris Isaac. Animal Avengers.